Hello everybody and welcome to the first look at the alpha of Dungeon Defenders 2. It's an open alpha, so there's quite a lot of people, as you can see. This is an instanced social tavern, where a certain amount of people can come into interact and form parties and whatnot, since this is a tower defense game, primarily focused on team play. Of course, as with Dungeon Defenders 1, you have 4 kinds of heroes: the Squire, the Monk, the Apprentice, and one that I didn't create yet, the Huntress. Oh, everyone in each of these heroes focuses on their own thing. Squire is primarily a defensive builder and a tank, which you can use in order to, soak damage. The monk, the monk is either a offensive damage dealer or a buffer. Again, used to either soak or increase the damage dealt by the towers and other heroes. Now, Apprentice, he's primarily a damage dealer. At least I would say so. And his abilities are very powerful, deal a lot of damage, but he dies easily. Also has options of building walls and of course flame towers and attack towers. Now, as far as I know, only Squire and the Apprentice have the options to build walls. Monk and the Huntress don't. That's where the team play comes in. Alas, you can solo pretty much everything, especially once you unlock more hero slots. You start off with 1, and I think that at level 12 you unlock the second one, and so forth. At level 25 you unlock the third one, or is it 22 or something like that, and at level 40 you unlock the last and the fourth one, so you can have all 4 of the heroes. Also, each of the heroes has their own stats screen and sphere sheet. Well, every time you level up, and I guess I level up and then allocate to the stats, you get a certain amount of stat points. From level 1 to a certain level you get 1, and then it increases up to, I don't know, I think I'm getting like 12 stat points on the monk, and he's level 40 for each level I do. So you can allocate these stat points into whichever of the of the stat sheets you want. This is the defensive ones, the defense ones, and these primarily increase the power of your towers and walls, and these are the hero ones. These increase the power of the hero itself. And these sphere sheets are bonuses that you can equip and buy at certain levels. As you can see, this guy who's level 25 doesn't have the last one of the small slots unlocked, and he doesn't have the second one of the medium slots, nor the large slot unlocked yet. There's also at level 50 an Uber slot. Each of these little sphere sheets, sphere globes, or whatever you might call them, increases the effectiveness of either towers or your own hero, even experience gained by a little amount. In the end, it helps a little bit. And also, as with every other multiplayer game, there are challenges and titles to be won. You've got general talents and general achievements, and then you got class-specific achievements. Well, as I said earlier, whenever you wish, you can freely exit the social tavern and enter your private tavern, which is exactly the same, only for you and your own party members that you invite. Yeah, still a bit of latency issues since the game is still in alpha, and well, even last week they didn't they were fixing the server problems and upgrading their servers because they didn't the developers didn't anticipate such a giant user base jump. Hey, let's jump on the monk for now, since it is the highest level hero. You can also change equipped heroes, the ones that you have in your hero deck, during the build phase of the combat. You'll see that after we jump into the game, but that's only the ones that you have equipped. Oh, and because I reached level 40 and don't have a level 40 skill sphere yet, I will probably gain one at the Grandmaster. Yes, yes, I have done well. Okay. Okay, good. I would say that chilling is a little bit better than oiling, although it does exactly the same thing. Some of these things are a little bit ill-explained. So let's equip it. It should be here, and it is, and we pop it in. We've got 10% chance to chill target for 2 seconds, slowing them. Alright. Forgot to mention this. At the tavern, you start with only this guy here and the blacksmith, I think. Yes, only the knight commander and the blacksmith are opened up initially. All other, and the tavern keeper, of course, who tells amazing jokes, which they removed for some reason. Oh no, they didn't. Let's hear one. See? Amazing jokes. So you start off with the blacksmith and the tavern keeper. First thing after that you unlock is the relic hunter, which is unlocked through doing, I think, the campaign, as well as the treasure pirate, in which you can spend these tokens that you get from daily missions and apparently from something that is called incursion, which has a really low drop of getting them, a really low chance of getting them, which you can use to buy keys and of course uber skills, and also apparently a guaranteed legendary pet egg. after you defeat the final mission, you also unlock final campaign mission, that is, you also unlock the veterinarian and the stable master, which you can use to hatch the eggs that you get and of course to power up your pets. Now the pets come in three different types for now, which is cat, here called Gato, and you can see all the different variations of it. The dragons and the creepers, which oddly enough do not have a legendary pet, but okay. After you acquire a said pet, you have to hatch it, which happens instantly. I'm just gonna demonstrate. You just incubate the egg, and voila, it is hatched, and you get a magic cat, okay, which adds some stats and its own attack to you, of course, and generally makes your combat a little bit easier. Of course, after you do that, you can also feed the pet to gain power and play defense with your pet to gain affection. After you gain 10 affection and 10 power for the first stage, you can evolve your pet using vials of either Gato Spirit for the cats, Fright for the creepers, and for the dragons it is Dragon Sweat and Shellium Shards. Shellium Shards are gained when the eggs that you have in your inventory rot, which is 48 hours. And once they do rot, you will gain a single Shellium shard out of each one of them. That is the last thing that you'll unlock through the campaign. Which, by the way, you'd have to do anyways, since if you don't finish it... Ooh, there's an event type now. Since if you don't finish the campaign, you can't go play any other type of missions. Again, campaign has the easy and normal difficulty. Both of them are completely soloable, which you can set here. You can either go a quick match to be teamed up with other people, which in my opinion is quite harder because you have to actually communicate to set up the defenses, or go solo, or with your friends, your party, which is a lot easier. Now, that's the campaign. Apparently they added a spooky event, which has its own difficulty levels, like Scare the Cat, Spooky, Ghastly, Ethereal Chainsaw. Okay, well, the devs have quite the humor. You also have the free play, which I would recommend to gain some more experience and some items before you jump into incursions, which are considered somewhat of end game. And of course onslaught. Onslaught works a little bit differently than other gameplays because you only get one chance to gain green mana, which is used to buy towers and set up defenses every 3 waves. Other than that, you gotta survive on what the mobs drop. After that you have the end game, which I haven't unlocked yet because you have to complete all the quests. Alright, what's left? Right, once you reach level 40, the final thing in the tower unlocks, and the final thing in the tower is the Enchantress. And with the Enchantress you can take the weapons and the loot that you have and upgrade it. My legendary polearm is frankly maxed out right now, so I will show it on my health. Now, how upgrading works in this game is like that. You take an item, you throw an item into one of these slots, and the cost goes up. Now, more items that you throw in with the first when you're enchanting for the first time, the higher is enchanting bar will go. Although it doesn't say so, it says it's full right now. And upgrade level 1 of 6, and the cost went a little bit higher. No, the trick is this: you can fill this wheel up with as much items as you want, even though it says that the enchanting bar is full, and the cost will go slightly up. And once you do, just click upgrade and you'll see what happens. Success. The wheel spins. I apparently unlocked level 2, but I also went all the way up to level 5 for like 60 something gold, instead of each time that you upgrade the gold cost increase. See, because now for one item it's already 247, and it gets a little less cheap each time you do this. So it's better to just fill up the wheel as much as you can with everything and simply just upgrade for the first time as far as you get. Also, every time you upgrade, you will gain some stat points which you can allocate to any of the items' stat increases. For instance, this one gives ability power, so I'm going to put 3 points into ability power. It would give 52 now instead of its base value. Now, the higher grade the item is, the more stat points you'll gain. Right, that's that for the tavern. You know everything there is to know about the tavern. Let's jump into some gameplay. And we shall check what the spooky event is. I'll go scare the god up because I frankly don't have the item power for the spooky difficulty level. Let's jump into the Dead Road. Interesting, they even created new maps for this. These aren't the general maps that are available in the campaign. And we shall go on private so that we don't have to worry about other people. Now, so far as I figured, it's like everything is soloable except for incursion. I wasn't able to do incursion and onslaught. I would highly recommend you get around 4 people for onslaught, or at least 3, and same for incursion, because it can get a little bit hectic. Alright, so this is how the game looks. As you can see, shields are supposed to be protected, and those eye things that are purple, that's where the mobs come from. At the start of each game, all the players that enter the game at the right time will gain access to some green mana crystals that come from a chest, and after that you'll just have to set up the defenses right and not let anything kill these shielded cards. When they die, you lose, and that's bad. Now, because I have more characters in my hero deck, I can switch in between them on my own accord and set up the defenses appropriately. Squire, as stated before, is very good with the walls, so I will use the Squire for walling and towering, because frankly I got a little thing called stun chance on these cannons, and stun chance is really useful. Okay, gonna pop down our wall here, upgrade the wall to tier 2 so it doesn't get destroyed that easily, and see where the next lanes come from. One lane comes from here, which means we'll plug down 2 walls here. Logically upgrade them. It's more important that the walls hold it than the fact that towers deal a lot of damage, because you always deal damage with your hero. But if the walls fall, the enemies can get right to the card. So we roll an area off, and we get to the other side. Now, why I say it's easier to play solo is because figuring out how other players will react to certain positions on the map is rather difficult. And if you don't exactly talk to them, it can end up with some really awkward situations which you can't get from. I went 4 games publicly, and out of those 4 games I lost 3. So yeah, and all the other games that I played solo, I only lost 2 of them. And even those 2 were either incursion or onslaught. And onslaught is endless anyway, so you can't exactly win it. Okay, once we set up these defenses, we shall be good. Oh, also, the tiny little castle thing that you see on the side that goes up and says 700 out of 1.5k, that's the maximum defense value that you can have. You can't build anything above that. Once you reach the defense value, that's that. You can only upgrade towers. You can't add anymore. Now, as you can see, I wasn't exactly paying attention to how much money I spent, and now I have 2 lanes without any defenses, except for walls, which will mean that I have to look carefully at those 2. Okay, now we're in the combat phase, where the fun stuff begins. Can itch and every one of these purple spawn points. Number 1 comes the boss. That's out of the one that... whoa. Did I forget something? Oh. I see. Silly me. I forgot about the secondary defenses, or the secondary objectives on the map, which if destroyed make everything a little bit more difficult. Although these enemies are only about I suspect. Gotta wipe it for the secondary. Soul stones. And one then more links to open up. I'll fix that issue once we finish this combat stage. Yeah, I know, it's damage. Come on. Bastards breaking my walls and shit. What is that number up there in the left top corner? No, right top corner of the screen reaches 0, you know you're done with that wave. And you can get ready to open up another chest as they respawn each wave here and fortify your defenses a little bit more. Repair the damage that the enemies did and get ready for the next one. We'll jump here to the square again and build a wall right here. Maybe even up here. Yeah, would be better. Right here. Wait, what? Apparently there are things in this map that hurt you if you stand in them. So it might not have been a good idea to do either. Yeah. Those things hurt my towers. Bastards. Just have to calm down. Relocate. Now I'll just put it here. Upgrade it to level 2. Put up some cannon towers. Not better. And now we have an air wave. As soon as an eye with wings appears, you know that you're gonna have an air wave there. And it comes from, I think, Cavern Overpass. You can always check that with shift. And yes, it does. It does come from Cavern Overpass. No, not every hero is equipped with the right tools to mess with air defenses. But thankfully, one of ours, the monk, has this tower, which is extraordinary against airwaves. That is also why it's a good idea to have more characters leveled up in a single one. Let's see where we need to put up more cannons. Here, another 4 should be the trick. Let's repair walls. The walls are repaired. Let's upgrade these cannons here. 2. And these as well. And let's put the flag, since the monk is the buffer, and flags increase the damage and the defense power of the buildings that are located in their aura. We will utilize that to our advantage and put the flags in such positions that we cover as much towers as we can. And we've got loot. Now my recommendation is that you ignore all the other loot, the blue, purple, and of course the legendaries, because you'll be getting a lot of it. And believe me, clogging up your inventory can be quite a problem. Especially if you forget to sell everything or enhance or use it for enhancement before you start another map like I did. That's a little bit awkward. Just hope I place that tower in the right position. Well, let's see. Combat phase. What? This bastard came out of the ground? I think that's kind of the point. Where you kill him, he respawns. What a dick move. Well, good to know. Kill all the things. What? airwave from there. Did I miss something? I guess I did. Bastards. Blow these bastards up. Whoa. And that's why we have the walls. This could have been quite awkward. Well, the first hero I created was the Samurai. I finished the whole campaign and quite a lot of other missions with it, so I would say he's the most recommended for starting. Yeah, didn't see that there's another airway from that side. Oh yeah, well, now we know. Troll blood. You have HP regen. Those bastards. And that's the bonus side, I think, heals. It proves quite useful in many situations, especially if you have to face tank a boss. Let's upgrade these bastards to tier 2. Okay. Repair any damage done to the defenses. Tier 2 as well. Ballistas are also great. And let's start with yeah, Trick, we know we're here. We know. Let's get rid of this guy. Dropping wood like crazy. And I got a dragon egg. And my inventory is full. Awesome. Let's kill all these little bastards. Said, if you want any real difficulty, you should go probably play on hard or higher. The game is otherwise quite and apparently the difficulty scales a little bit better if you have more people in it, but it's harder, so although it gives the same rewards. Because this is ridiculous. And the game, for now, doesn't pose much of a challenge to it, but I would say that the campaign is more like a tutorial anyways. Although the world has been given out, the campaign needs to be a little bit more difficult. I'm glad about that. No, the acid that deals damage. Let's see what else can happen. Which towers should I upgrade? Oh, tier 2. They're not doing the damage. Upgrade you to tier 3 because you have to deal with the boss. And I'll upgrade you to repairs. I'll upgrade you to repairs. Put a flag down. Right. Flag. Tier 3. So we just all of them. Except this one, because this one's a bastard. And a chest. Chests can be opened with the keys that you can either buy for real money or get for the tokens. They don't contain power. They don't sell all, but they do sell cosmetics, and frankly, for Squire, I want to get probably 100 pants that I have right now. Although getting the chests to the rock watching is rather difficult. Which shouldn't be much of a big since they don't give you any other power. Blue skeletons. I hope these things counted as special skeletons, since I really want to finish the monthly quest. Right, which reminds me, there are also daily quests, daily challenges, and a monthly quest. This month the quest is for a pet called Kira Bear, which is apparently a massive AoE damage dealer pet. And if you complete it, you get it. It's also guaranteed legendary. Unlike all the other pets, of course. And it would be quite nice to have it. Although this cat that I have right now, this cat has W completely, and actually it slays all the enemies in my general vicinity, and does damage. Also, the pet abilities, they only come into play after you manage to avoid your pet for the first time. Not even legendary pets have any abilities at the start. Keep that in mind. Let's just charge it in our wave. As you can see, different quality items have different lighting effects that show you where they are, so it's quite easy to find an area. You can just check the sky to see. Something died. Something. What's that? Chest? Open this. Trick or treat. Let's see. Oh, killed me. Deep move. Oh, another boss. Well, it's dead. Apparently I completed the challenge. So, I guess the trick or treat chests either kill you instantly or give you the extra. Since we can hold out damage. And I got legendary loot. Rag. Sadly, a legendary helmet. So I could really use legendary chest piece just for the achievement. Well, now we know that the boss is also here, which means we'll upgrade this area in order to keep him at bay. I could really keep him. Yeah, and as you can see, the loot that I can't pick up, it's apparently saved by the scavenger, which is an old man hiding in the tavern. You can always pick up the stuff if you need. My trick. Let's try to find more trick or treat chests. Boom, dead. Here's one. Let's hope for the best. Of course we died. Ah! Whenever a trick or treat chest kills me, a revenant monk is spawned. I see. So it spawns the same class as you are. If you squire, it's standalone squire, I assume. Bosses throwing shit at my defenses. Oh, we can't let that happen. Now we're back in the build phase. And this is the pre-final wave. Let's see what we should reinforce. Any new bosses? Apparently 18 of... I have no idea what. 18 of something. We're gonna reinforce this thing. Upgrade this, upgrade to this, to tier 4, you. This is okay. Let's see if we need to fix up any walls. Yes, walls have been fixed. There's a fuck ton of loot here, which I don't even know how I'll pick up. I see an egg. I want that egg. Egg. Finally. Pet food. Shit. That scavenger's gonna have a lot of stuff. And bye bye scavenger. Dead. Ooh. Tree. Ha! So that guy's name is Trick and the other guy's name is Trick. Trick. What? Let's see what you drop. Fat. You drop Jack. Much of a tree you are. Chests, if I can. Didn't check up there yet. Oh, that's fine. It's up there. I think this is the last one. Legendary loot. Sadly a weapon. The one thing that's in And we were victorious. And after you complete a challenging stage, of course there is reward. One chest. And as you can see, chest can go from either green rarity to legendary rarity. We've got the mythic one, which is guaranteed to drop one mythic item. The blue one is guaranteed to drop one blue item, and the green one is guaranteed to drop one green item. Although it's pretty bad to get a green one. I'll just ignore these items. And of course, as always, there's a stat screen. This event is really good for experience. So if you're joining the game now and you see this video, or if you decide to join the game after you see this video, go to this event. 91k. Quite nice. It's around the hard difficulty free play. Actually more than hard difficulty free play. I just have to win 10 incursions. I do hope you got an idea of how this game plays and how this game looks. If you did enjoy it, go check out the game and drop a like, maybe subscribe, share the video. Always want to be shared around. Well, cheers everybody, and see you in the next one.